I am not a professional. I am not a chef. In no universe would I even call myself talented or skilled in the kitchen. But I do cook quite a lot, basically every single day, and honestly, I enjoy it. It's therapeutic in a way to start with a seemingly random pile of raw materials and ingredients and end up with an Instagram-worthy meal. Plated up, served, and shared with loved ones. I think there's an extra level of satisfaction that comes from providing sustenance to friends and family. But this isn't a philosophical cooking video, at least not completely. This is, of course, a video about a knife. This is probably my most used knife. Period. End of sentence. The late great Anthony Bourdain once said, "To say that the knife is a chef's most valuable tool isn't just stating the obvious, it's an understatement of titanic proportions." And I, for one, couldn't agree more. No matter the recipe, no matter the special equipment involved, 99% of every home-cooked meal will have you reaching for a knife. Sadly, for most people, that means grabbing a cheap, dull piece of steel out of a drawer or a wood block only to struggle through the most basic of kitchen tasks. But I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be that way, and truth be told, it really shouldn't be that way. That is because this is the Tactile Knife Company's 8-inch chef knife, or to the more well-informed viewer, their 8-inch Santoku. Santoku, of course, refers to the blade shape, one that has long been my go-to blade shape for my kitchen cutlery, mainly because it can literally do it all. It's the perfect shape for anything and everything you get into in the kitchen. This beautiful and elegantly simple slicer is 100% American-made, more specifically made with love in the great state of Texas. The handle is this flawlessly sculpted and 3D milled piece of G10 with Tactile's signatured milled grooves, offering up loads of grip even in the wettest or greasiest of hands. That beautiful full-flat ground Santoku blade is made of 14C28N, one of the most well-rounded and easy-to-maintain stainless steels available anywhere these days. And it cuts just as good as it looks, foolishly thin behind the edge, ground to cut dice and mince for hours without even breaking a sweat. As basic and minimal as the design is, for me, that's what makes it the perfect kitchen knife. I'm not afraid to use it. It's not a stunning work of art that I want to baby and lock away. It's a beautifully simple tool made to work. I had hoped to make some flashy, exciting meal for this video, but it was Taco Tuesday, and honestly, I think a simple, well-made tool deserves a simple, well-made meal. If you cook at all, you need this. Throw all of those cheap Amazon Chinese knives away and replace them with this. You'll thank me later. If this was informative, that's great. And I hope you enjoyed the next 3 minutes or so of kitchen cooking ASMR featuring the Tactile Knife Co. 8-inch Santoku.
I think with appetites I was looking to do, first of all, a cookbook that's unlike anybody else's cookbook. I was looking to do a cookbook that looked different, that broke a lot of rules, that just felt and sounded different. And when looking how to do that, I thought, well, what do I know lately? What do I have to offer to the, endless heap of cookbooks? And I thought, well, I've been cooking for a little girl and a sort of extended dysfunctional family for the last 9 years. Do my own sort of gonzo home cooking cookbook, something that brings to bear my years of professional experience as far as organization, but the dishes that are approachable and not unknown to most home cooks. So I try to stay within my comfort zone. Favorite dishes that I'm very, very familiar with from cooking in restaurants that I think you should be able to cook at home or cook better, as well as just basic skills that I kind of like to tell you how to do correctly instead of incorrectly. Often they're very simple things. What I seek to address in the book more than anything else is a degree of honesty about what your expectations should reasonably be when you prepare a recipe. Chefs are nice people. Anyone who cooks, anyone who writes a cookbook, in my view, I'm going to assume they're on the side of the angels. You know, cooking is a nurturing thing. It speaks well of a person already, in my view, if they care about food enough to learn how to cook it well or even try to cook it well. But cookbooks lie. They tell you, or they assume implicitly, that the first time you follow a recipe for hollandaise, for instance, that you're going to get it right. This is a ridiculous notion that no professional would recognize as true. Professionals learn how to make hollandaise by trying and failing, and often being yelled at while they're doing that until they get it right. So I think a cookbook that tells you honestly, you're probably going to screw this recipe up the first time, or watch out for this because this happens all of the time, I think that's useful.
So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye now.